ENTPs in 20 words. Number 1. Reinventive. ENTPs are in a never-ending cycle of trying to make magic out of the mundane. They're ignited by the uncharted and the unthought of. Think of them like the remix artists of life. Even if something is already great, it can still be made great in a new way. Number 2. Contrarian. ENTPs dance a daring tango with the status quo. Their oppositional nature runs deep. It isn't grounded in some external philosophy or rationale. To them, it's self-justifying. Number 3. Adaptable. ENTPs can find solutions where others might see dead ends. This trait lends them a resilience that serves them well, both in their personal and professional lives. Since they are changeable, external changeability feels normal to them, hence their ability to navigate chaos well. In fact, if there's no chaos to navigate, ENTPs become the chaos. Number 4. Quixotic. ENTPs may occasionally veer into the quixotic. They are undaunted by overly ambitious notions that might seem impractical or downright ludicrous to others. It's in their nature to strive for things that are out of reach, regardless of whether reaching them is actually possible. The outstretched arm is enough. Number 5. Excitable. Despite being firmly ambiverted in my view, ENTPs still enter those extrovert cycles of energy when around other people, assuming they are the right kinds of people. Their energy is not only contagious, but they are easily influenced by the energy and yes, emotions of other people. Number 6. Charmers. To charm someone is to make them feel seen and heard. Because of their conversational powers, ENTPs can do both of these things expertly. Even if they're debating someone or disagreeing, by definition, they're engaging deeply with what the other person is saying. There is a kind of respect that's communicated through that. Number 7. Cantankerous. This word describes ENTPs when they're in a bad mood, which is not altogether uncommon. Number 8. Peregrinating. ENTPs are metaphorical and also literal peregrinators. They wander, they explore, they push boundaries. This ceaseless desire to move, both geographically and intellectually, is central to their identity. Number 9. Maverick. This is both a natural product of their makeup and functions, but also something that they somewhat romanticize and wear with pride. I think ENTPs very much fear boredom, but fear being boring even more. Number 10. Philomath. I overuse polymath for ENTPs, so here is a slightly different one. Despite what is often an archetypically cool persona, ENTPs are very much in the mold of being academics, bookworms, be they literal books or not, and people deeply preoccupied with the life of the mind for its own sake. Number 11. Sesquipedalian. Did I add this word just because it sounds cool? Yes. Is that something ENTPs sometimes do? Also, yes. Number 12. Performative. ENTPs need an audience. In fact, they somewhat demand one. This is one of the reasons why ENTPs, in my view, need people, but don't always like them. The life of an ENTP always includes a certain level of showmanship. Number 13. Empathetic. Very much underrated about them. Empathy is probably correlated with, but not directly linked to, being nice or kind. The latter relate more to what you do with the empathy. ENTPs can read people well. They can not just put themselves in the emotional space of others, they can also expertly simulate the likely reactions and responses based on that. Essentially the NEFE combo in action. To counter the stereotype, yes, I think that ENTPs are empathetic in the most pure sense of that phrase. They care, but also that empathy can be weaponized in everything from Machiavellian manipulation, negotiation, debate, or just messing with someone in a conversation. This trait also leads them to be Number 14. Diplomatic. ENTPs do well in political environments precisely because of their empathetic abilities. They are well suited to getting deals done by finding clever ways around roadblocks and won't be thrown off by the ever-shifting nature of such realms. Number 15. Ungrounded. ENTPs can be like kites dancing in a hurricane of their own making. Being intuitive dominant types means they're less tethered to begin with, but this isn't a trait of theirs that they resist. Number 16. Disruptors. I mean this in both senses of the word. ENTPs can be a disruptive presence because they naturally resist the imposition of order upon them. They are not fans of what some may call rules. Then there's the more high-level sense, where ENTPs are capable of disrupting industries with their innovative approach. Number 17. Opportunistic. This trait makes ENTPs great at being everything from entrepreneurs to con men. For an ENTP, opportunity isn't a chance encounter, it's a constant companion. Number 18. Dialectic. ENTPs need intellectual sparring partners, whether those partners enter into such interactions knowingly or not. Ideas, opinions, and perspectives are toys to be played with. Number 19. Mercurial. ENTPs can be moody. That's it. Number 20. Impish. Sowing seeds of mischief is an eternal ENTP prerogative, and long may it continue. Number 21. Subscribe.